Okay, so just to conclude then, some top tips, some troubleshooting, and just little things like that. So, start of your exam, you've opened up Dreamweaver, you go to insert, you go to table, you've got your 6 rows, your 6 columns, sorry that was a text message, your table width is the same as your banner is supposed to be, you've checked the template page settings, you click OK, and nothing happens, the table doesn't appear. What are you going to do? Well, you're not going to panic. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to realise that probably what's happened is the table's not been inserted on the page and that you need to fix that problem. So that's going to happen if the code for the table is up here near doc type where it shouldn't be. So if you just go to edit and undo, just make sure you click next to the word body and then just insert your table again, everything will be absolutely fine and it will appear on the page. Okay. Now, one of the things you might want to do first of all is you might wish to just merge some of these cells together. Maybe if your navigation bar is going at the top today, you'd highlight that top row there, ready to insert, ready to merge the cells. You right click and you don't get the option. Well, don't forget, if you're not able to change anything on the page, it's probably because this is on live and it's not on design. Always make sure this is on design. If you highlight that top row now, right click, go to table and merge cells, you get that functionality that you need. Okay, it's really important that you just check that every single time. What I would recommend you do is, once you've set up that page template and you've got your banner in, maybe you've got your buttons in or what have you, background colour and things like that, is just to save it, and then as you're moving through your website, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to just, you'll have the template ready to go every time with the banner and the buttons always in the right place. In that great example that we looked at before, that's exactly what's happened here. Once the one page was done, it was saved, then Ahmed Zay would have saved his volunteer and then he would have changed the content on the page. He didn't start a file anew, white blank page every time and build the page again. Okay, the page, setting up the main bits that are always the same means that you've got a template to go with every time. Other issues you might have, or little top tips, are if you insert an image onto the page and the image comes in and you want to resize it. One of the things that cost us marks in January was that people might have stretched the image in some way, or perhaps just sort of changed it so that by squeezing this in here suddenly it's all just out of proportion and it doesn't look good. If you're going to do any image resizing in Dreamweaver, you must press shift, keep shift pressed down, and what that does is it stops you from changing the basic shape of the image. It keeps it in proportion, and that means you're not going to lose any marks. If you don't press shift, you can do this. If you do press shift, you can't do that. It won't let you. It'll just help you. It'll only let you keep it as a rectangle. Okay, obviously if you mess the image up and it gets distorted like this, Control and Z until it goes back to its original form, and then you can just try again until you're happy with it. Anytime you make a mistake at all, you go to edit and undo. Don't and if anything doesn't work, or you're not happy, or you accidentally do this and suddenly you don't know where all the options have gone, Dreamweaver doesn't look the same as it's always looked before. Let's just say for example that you've also, let's really sort of mess it up for a moment. We go to toolbars here and just get rid of common. It's all gone wrong. If you go to standard and click reset standard, it'll all work again just as it's supposed to do. Okay, apart from that toolbar which you have to go to window and toolbars for. But if this doesn't look as it should do, it's standard and it's reset standard. Okay, and if that doesn't say standard, if it says developer, make sure it says standard. Any other problems that you have today are just issues that you might need a little bit of help with. So for example, if the software isn't working, if Dreamweaver's not doing what it's supposed to do, or the computer crashes or anything goes wrong, put your hand up and let the invigilator know, and if we are able to help you deal with a technical issue, we will do. What we can't do, of course, is take the mouse off you and start clicking and inserting assets for you. That bit is up to you. Finally, just to say that at the end of your exam, if you want your page to look good like this one does, you might want to make the table disappear. The way that you do that is just by, in design view, just clicking at the top of the page and just where it says border and 1, if you change that to a 0 and press F5, the table disappears. You see some little dotted lines here just to show you where the boundaries are, but ultimately what you see on a browser is this. And it's really important, guys, that before you save everything and that you're finished, it's really, really important that you test your website and check that every link works as it should do, and that everything is how you want it to be. Nobody's going to be able to check that for you after the exam. Right, that's it. Good luck, and see you at 12:30 when it's all over.